Coming up in today's video, I talk about my natural 4C hair journey, showing you growth before and after pictures, and also inspiring you that you can grow your natural hair long, healthy and strong, even if you've never had long hair before. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you are new, if you are returning, I really appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm showing you pictures you may have come across my channel by watching a video called Watch This If You've Never Had Long Hair Before, where I go into detail about my natural hair journey. It started in 2009, where I decided to really take care of my natural hair. This detailed pictorial shows you that growing natural hair long, healthy and strong takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. Now, a lot of the content that's on YouTube today is geared towards growing your natural hair overnight. And my videos show you that that's not really possible. It's not true, because realistically, hair grows about half an inch to an inch per month if you are lucky. So I've given you the pictorial showing you from 2009 up to date in my very first video, followed by a follow-up video showing you more pictures of my natural hair journey. You can see that my hair started from just a small amount of hair on my head. There was less than 3 inches when I started. And there's been points in my natural hair journey where I've had to cut my hair off and start all over again. There's been points in my natural hair journey where I've protective styled and done it wrong. It's caused damage and I've had to sort of cut my hair off and start again. I've used twists, I've used mini braids, but I've not been using them in the way that I'm doing today. And so my natural hair journey has evolved based on the amount of information that I learn about growing my natural hair. This is quite a long video. It covers quite a lot. I want you to get a pen, get a paper, but the main thing I want you to take away is that you can grow your natural hair long, especially if you've never had long hair before. If I've done it, you can do it too. Now, my hair is certainly not the longest hair on YouTube, but I'm very proud of what I've been able to achieve by gaining knowledge and also by documenting my natural hair journey. Now, at the start of my natural hair journey, and I hope you do have a pen and a paper and you are writing, my hair journey was really about following other ladies' hair journey. Now, I was really into the boards at the time, the forums at the time, to check out what other ladies was doing to their hair. And as a result, I was just copying what they were doing to their hair. I didn't know about the specific needs of my hair. I didn't understand the textures. I didn't understand what my own hair needed. And although my hair was growing very well, the hair I was retaining wasn't good quality hair. Now, my natural hair journey really is that. It's a journey of me discovering what my hair is by taking the time out to look in the mirror at what my specific hair looks like. What are the section? What are the 4B section? What are the 4C section? What areas are drier? What area might be suffering some damage? What area may be affected by hormonal changes? And then responding with care to those specific parts of my hair, looking at the ends, looking at the quality of the hair that's also growing from my roots and responding to that. If you are starting on your natural hair journey, that is my advice. Start to document your hair journey. Take a picture of your hair today. It doesn't matter how you think that your hair may be damaged or it's not looking good and I don't want to document. I'm going to say that this is the time to actually start documenting. Even if you've just had a big chop, even if your hair is processed and your aim is to get on your natural hair journey, take pictures, start to document your natural hair journey. You will be surprised at how motivational those pictures will be when you look back to see what you've achieved on your natural hair journey. Now, I touched on patience a little bit earlier in this video. The very first thing you'll need on your natural hair journey is patience. Now, you're going to see lots of ladies claiming that there's lots of things that can grow your natural hair to any length overnight. It is not true. You will need a good amount of time. You will need to set realistic goals, which I'm going to come on to in the end of this video presentation, to make sure that those goals that you set do motivate you rather than demotivate you. Because if you think you're going to get 5 inches of hair overnight on your natural hair journey and it does not happen, that can be very demotivational, and you will give up and then you will think, okay, this is not for me. Other ladies can have a long hair. Now, I also discovered on my natural hair journey that it wasn't so much about length, it was about health. And if my hair was healthy enough, then I would gain length over time. So I would say your main focus, if you are starting on a natural hair journey, or if you started but think you're not really progressing as well, is to focus on length. I will come on later on into the video about DIYs, recipes and stuff that's really transformed my hair. But you want to make sure that you are starting with healthy hair. That may mean you're going to cut off probably 4 4 or 5 inches of hair and start with the healthy hair. And I'm going to promise you that if you do cut those ends off, you will be surprised at how much length you are able to retain in the following months following a big chop or a chop. A healthy hair journey requires you using less heat, doing less damage to your strands via processing your hair. If you're relaxing it or doing anything like that, that really messes with the makeup of your hair and weaken your hair. You want to stop doing those practices. That also includes stop using hair extension. And I've gone on about how I've just gone back to using my own natural hair to grow my own natural hair. And a lot of the time during the past 10 years or so, a lot of my journey was on using synthetic hair to grow my hair, and my hair did grow longer than it is even today. But that hair was so weak that by combing it and by styling it, it was just breaking off. So my advice is to stick to natural styles such as twists, such as braids with your own hair. And you have been seen on my channel. Do subscribe. If you've not done so, also look at all the playlists. I've got the Twisting for Growth playlist and I've got the Braiding for Growth playlist. Both of those are on my natural hair, and I found that the hair that I managed to retain using just my own hair as a protective style has been better quality hair than using extensions. Now, the great news about that is that growing your natural hair is cheap. You don't have to buy everything you see on YouTube to grow your natural hair. If you did nothing to your natural hair, it will still grow. If you only used water, if you used water every day on your natural hair and sealed it with some sort of sealant, whether it be olive oil, which is relatively very cheap, and really paid attention to your hair, you will see that your hair will both grow and that it will retain length. There is no magic portions. However, you do need patience and time and tender loving care to be able to nurture your very fragile strands. A common perception is that our hair is rough, it's tough, it's hard to deal with, and so we approach it, styling our hair in that same manner. The reality though is that our hair is very fragile compared to other hair types, and because at each kink and bump and lump it's just asking for breakage, you might find that by pulling combs and pulling various styling tools through your hair, it will get damaged. Now that's why on this channel I encourage you to use long-term protective styles to get your hand out of your hair and focus on other things. I always say develop yourself in other ways, and your hair will start to grow when you stop focus on growing your hair. When you focus on other things, you'll be surprised at how much length you've retained. Now, there will be periods of time in your life where you need a break from your natural hair journey. I remember having very, very young babies. I had no intention about doing my hair. I also suffered postpartum hair loss, and I could have just got bogged down about my hair, but instead I used that time to focus on my newborn. And I also thought this is just a period of time during my natural hair journey and it will come back. During those times, it's absolutely fine to use some extensions just to get through that period of time, but do come back to nurturing your own natural hair. And remember, getting back on track as to why you started your natural hair. It's absolutely fine to use extensions as a break from your natural hair. Never use your natural hair as a break from extensions, because you will find that the hair that's growing within that extension, trust me, after a while you will have to cut that hair off because it's not going to be strong enough to maintain over a period of time. Well, that at least has been my experience. You may have had different experience with using extension, but for my very fragile 4C, 4B strands, my experience has been that the hair that I've grown in extension hasn't been great. I do hope you're enjoying this video on my 4C natural hair growth journey. If you are, do hit the subscribe button. Also leave me a comment down below commenting on your own experience of your own natural hair journey, and also give this video a like. So far I've touched on having patience to grow your natural hair. I've told you that growing your natural hair is relatively cheap. I've told you that growing your natural hair requires you understanding your own natural hair and responding to what it needs. And I've told you that the best quality of hair that you will grow is probably outside of extensions. Now, with all of that knowledge, now you are jotting it down, you are writing it down, you are journaling your own natural hair journey. You may follow my channel and look at the things that I do, but not everything that I do on my channel is suitable for your hair. Now, that is my next point, is to watch YouTube with caution. For quite a long period of time, I would just watch YouTube or any other forum and I would just copy what they were doing. Now that was resulting in a lot of breakage, especially when I followed the crochet braids trend. I wore crochet braids for 2 years, absolutely non-stop, and I gained a lot of length. What you can see in this video is the start of me using mini braids to grow my natural hair. My hair was so thinned out by following these beautiful crochet braid styles that was on YouTube. It was growing, but the quality of the hair was absolutely not good. And so when you are watching YouTube videos, watch ladies with similar texture hair to you, but do not copy what they are doing. Adapt what they're doing. Take away elements that may benefit your hair, but not everything that they do will be suitable for your hair type. You will need to learn your hair and not just watch what people do on YouTube and copy. The temptation is there. Oh my gosh, she has tailbone length hair. How did she get it? Now, she may have gotten that through genetics. Genetically, her hair might grow 1 inch per month. So if she has a big chop in January, in December, she will have 12 inches. And if you copy that, if you follow that and use her expectations and her reality, when December comes and you don't have so much hair, you will get demotivated. So take everything that you see on YouTube with a pinch of salt on your natural hair journey. I do hope you have a pen. I do hope that you are writing down all of these gems that I'm giving out. I've been studying my natural hair since 2009. During that period of time, I've said to you, I've been developing myself, education wise, but hair has always been a hobby. And so all of this stuff that I share here, it's been many, many years actually looking into this information, going into sometimes hair journals and seeing and learning this information in order to impart it to you. And I'm also still learning. My natural hair is still a journey, and hence why I have this channel documenting this period of time in my life, showing you where my hair is at. And if you look at these side-by-side videos, a year ago, that's the video on the left, my hair was badly damaged. That's still after having over 9 years of knowledge about taking care of my natural hair. So it is possible that you do have the knowledge and you still do things that damage your natural hair. Now also, another thing, when I started my natural hair journey, my focus wasn't so much on the natural element of that statement. And since I switched to using natural products on my hair, a lot of the stuff that I now use on my hair, I can actually eat it. I've got fenugreek really, really transforming my hair. And I'm using lots of different Avedas. I do have a Aveda playlist on my channel. Do check that out, as well as all of my playlists. This channel is fully and wholly dedicated to growing your natural hair. Everything I do when I plan my content is just about how to grow your natural hair. I know that's a common concern for many ladies, especially those who think they've never had long hair before. Now, when you see the trials and errors of stuff that I do on this channel, you will see not to do them. And if something works, you can see that maybe you can put element into your routine. I'm using Ayurveda a lot. I'm using henna a lot. Henna has strengthened my hair and really transformed it in terms of thickness. Yeah, henna has strengthened each strand of my hair in order for me to be able to retain it. Hair growth is less about growth and more about length retention. If you focus on keeping that hair on your head, that's going to be via finger detangling, long-term protective style, handling your hair with care when it's out of protective style. That means adding deep conditioning and other things into your hair while it's out of the long-term protective style that you're doing with your natural hair. And I recommend braids and twists on your own natural hair. Then you're going to see really a big difference in the length of your hair. So when we're talking about the hair that's growing, for example, when I'm wearing the mini braids, I'm looking at the portion of hair between my scalp and the mini braids, and that's how much my hair grows. But in order to see a big difference from January to December, it's going to be about all the practices, all of the DIY mixes, all of the things that I use to strengthen my hair in order to retain that amount of length, so that by December, there is a big change in my hair growth or length overall. Now, going a little bit back to expectations and the realities of your hair. One of the things that I noticed very early on in my hair was that my hair was medium density, and I would see a lot of content on YouTube with ladies with a thick hair type or texture. I then started to do everything within my power to try to get my hair to be as thick as the person that I was seeing on YouTube. Now, my own hair is medium density, and I need to accept that that's the density of my hair, and putting everything on my hair to make it as thick as the other person's will not work. Now, you can work with your own hair textures, and there is benefits to having low density hair, believe it or not, medium density hair, and there's benefits to having a thicker hair type. Now, working with what you have, accepting what you have, is going to be the foundation of having a good natural hair journey. Once again, do subscribe to my channel. There's lots of videos like this on this channel teaching you how to grow your natural hair long, healthy and strong. I'm at the moment using clove, fenugreek. I'm using virgin hair fertilizer as a hair growth aid, and I've created playlists dedicated to each and every one of those. Now, once again, my natural hair journey is evolving, and I'm so happy with where my hair is at. It's not the longest it's been, but it's certainly the healthiest. And I'm so happy that this channel is out at the time when I have enough information, enough good information to impart. There's lots of ladies producing content, and yes, it's good, but is it geared towards growing your own hair? That is what this channel is about, looking at your own hair and finding practices of how to work with that in order to achieve your best hair. Once again, another reason why I recommend you doing twists and braid on your own natural hair is to get used to your own hair. None of us want to be wearing extensions for the rest of our lives. Our hair is us, it's what makes us up, and so we want to get used to taking care overall health of our own hair. I do hope you're enjoying the video. Do go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Give this video a like, and also leave me a comment down below to let me know how you have been finding your natural hair journey. When did you start your natural hair journey? How's it going so far, and what you wish to achieve? I'd really love to hear from you down below in the comments. So as we come towards the end of this video, I'm going to encourage you to set some goals. Write down now the top 5 goals. It's June, we are halfway through the year. There's still plenty of time to achieve your hair goals. Write down realistically what are the 4, 5 or 3, however many goals that you want to set that you can achieve by the end of the year in relation to growing it, to maintaining the health, etc. And these are my 4, and I'm still working towards those goals. I'm very, very happy once again with the length of my hair, but my natural hair journey is evolving, and this channel will keep on showing you how to grow your natural hair long, healthy and strong, especially if you've never had long hair before. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It covered, having patience growing out your natural hair. Stop using braids and extensions and other damaging practice on your hair. Using more evaders and DIYs to grow your hair. Understanding your own natural hair texture. And I'm going to say, most of all, enjoy your natural hair journey. That means documenting each stage and being able to say, hey, I achieved something great. This is my own hair. I do hope you've enjoyed today's video. There will be plenty more videos like this coming up on my channel. I am still in the mini braids hair challenge. You can join that. It's closing on the 8th of August, so still plenty of time to start growing your natural hair. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.